Okay. Beta installing. $50 minutes remaining. Absolutely not the smartest decision to do. I'm not recommending you to do that. But again, I have a backup phone, so it should be fine. Hello, Paul. Hello. Good morning. Morning bloat. Oh, you did that already. Okay, how it works? On my Mac, iPhone, and iPad. Yeah, it shows basically 2 hours reminder. I still have chance to cancel, update, but I think it should be fine. I already installed beta on Mac. Well, I was thinking about installing beta on my kind of backup phone, but then I was thinking, okay, basically if there is this on-device AI intelligence and so on, I would like to basically really use it on my kind of real device. So my backup device is for backup now. I have one more MacBook right here, just in case any, I don't know, emergency happens. So yeah, I have already Golden Gate on the Mac. I updated, and we'll see. My Mac does feel faster. It was a couple bugs I noticed, like simple bugs for my other 2 external monitors. I can close properly on my screensaver. Yeah, I expect to see some bugs, but yeah, I decided, let's do that, YOLO. I would like to basically give it a proper try. So iPad is not updated yet, but I'm not using, to be honest, iPad too much. I was using iPad actually today on the morning. I was watching WWDC kind of mine keynote. I didn't saw yet Platform State of the Union. I will watch that. But I saw mine WWDC session today on the morning, basically running on treadmill. How you seen the weather app on iPhone and on Mac? No, let's open weather app. Weather. Weather app. It doesn't look much different. Is it? This kind of range thing probably is different. Yeah, that rain kind of situation. Yeah. That's good actually, especially now when rain season is coming. Not coming, it is already here in the Bangkok. So around me. Nice. I have a ride to pick up my daughter from the school at 3, and then at 5 we are going to Muay Thai training, and seems that we will get a rain. Yeah, that's a cool change. How it's going in Riga? Yeah, of course. Drizzle, plus 14 and rainy. Amazing spring weather in Riga. Yeah, I don't know. I use it. I just kind of I was checking email just now, and I don't know. Didn't notice a big difference, but yeah. I'm mostly kind of looking forward to play around with those AI kind of tools while I am here in Thailand, because when I will go back to the Latvia for summer holidays, I don't have it anymore. So that kind of sucks. Yes, and I see that there is no, I do not see that AI. No, I don't see AI working. I was thinking maybe that will work on iPhone, but AI. Actually, it should, as I saw from my presentation, what should I bring? Yeah, it's basically ask Siri, but there is no Siri AI. What should I bring for cycle ride today? Yeah, it's basically, here it should more like ask. If I will ask Siri, that will be regular Siri. I need to use ChatGPT to write that. Should I go ahead? Yes, use ChatGPT. Yeah, it's not. No, Paul, but Spotlight should understand at what moment it should use Siri. But it's not plugged yet. Yes. Hello, Tanai. Hey. Is Device Hub viable yet? No, I don't even know exactly what is Device Hub. I have kind of brief, little bit understanding. You should bring helmet, gloves. Okay. Yeah. Just general answer, not kind of related to location and weather and anything. Siri. But here is some Siri and something. What's that? Ah, that's settings. Why we have two different series? 3. No, it's just a Siri. It's not like Siri AI yet. No, we don't have it yet. I don't think though. Anyways. I just wanted to. I didn't watch. I watched the Mine keynote, but I didn't watch Platform State of the Union. I started, didn't finish. My goal is basically to watch that Platform State of the Union, see what's new. While I already installed Xcode beta. Xcode beta is a little bit kind of questionable. Okay. So I asked it to find dead. Basically, that was what Xcode kind of suggested. Oh, we can try to find dead code in the application, and there is kind of quite a lot of false positives. So I don't know. Not super impressed yet. Okay. Settings. Seems that I have ChatGPT plugged in still. Yes, it looks like that. Coding intelligence. What if I will plug in Codex? How that will work? Oh, it's installing. Okay. Yeah, Amazon gear list is a bit outdated. This is Happy Hacker's keyboard. I would say quite nice. Light, small, and I'm kind of going a little bit extreme. I bought a keyboard without any kind of without symbols on it. It works fine for writing, but for top kind of symbol row, I'm struggling a bit. So I would kind of like to have maybe it's kind of time to switch to the regular one, or just learn properly all the keys. I don't know what's the answer here. Oh, hey, Pavel. Hey. Hello. Good morning. Share codex data usage. No. Account model. GPT-5.5. Okay. Interesting how the codex will work. I didn't try to use actually codex in Xcode. because it's kind of why if we have codex application, right? But anyways, let me pause the music. I actually wanted to go and play this kind of presentation. How do you like the updates? I currently updated just Mac OS, and Mac OS doesn't have AI tools, so that's, as always, they're saying, oh, it's available soon, not yet. Xcode updates, I don't know, I just opened Xcode, you know. It's kind of early for me. I didn't watch WWDC yesterday live because it was at the midnight and platform State of the Union started at 3 at night in my time zone. So that doesn't make sense at all to try to watch it live. So I just went to sleep and I was watching my main keynote today on treadmill on the morning, running my daily 5K. And yeah. No AI in Europe, of course. Yeah, AI is not available yet in betas. So I was hoping that, okay, I will install beta and maybe I will play with AI before I am going back for holidays in Latvia. But seems that it is not available yet. Well, I don't know. I hope at least developers kind of AI models will be available. And I'm also kind of, then I will be back in Thailand in August, then I hopefully will have it in beta and will be able to play around, you know. Morning, Eric. Hello. What do you prefer better, Codex or Cloud Code? Codex getting better results for me. No point of using Codex in Xcode. You can use simulator now in Codex, and Codex sees it, so it's good actually. Yes, I kind of agree with you. It's basically first time when I installed it, it was available before as well in previous version. European Union is going to suffer a lot with the AI stuff, but I think that's a good thing. In what way? Yeah. I played around with AI, with local AI models before, and they were kind of working okay for very simple tasks. But yeah, you can't do anything significant. Now it looks like from the general presentation, it looks like this will be kind of more powerful. And I would like to kind of play around with that. I saw for my needs, I basically from mine, I will write down basically what else I would like to explore. But in that kind of mine presentation, I already kind of spotted that there is that maps improvement, maps fly over kind of thing. Actually, I will write down what I'm kind of planning to explore to do not forget. Maps fly over. I have that motorcycle riding application, and that maps fly over feature could work nicely in that. I will check that out. That's basically something that I would like to explore for that application. And then on device AI, of course. That can be used in multiple applications. That could be a really interesting kind of feature to implement. Yeah, Pavel. I also interested how Paul is thinking about that. It is good thing that AI is not, that Europe is not getting AI stuff. Generally, I think that AI should be regulated. Yeah, it's kind of big thing, you know, and there should be some kind of regulations. But being in country which is kind of behind, I don't know. More humans are better. Yeah. Okay. I will check out this Platform state of the
profile
unions.
based on my app's state.
Oh, so I started to watch this, and I basically didn't manage. So I watched mine keynote. I went for a run, watched mine keynote, had a breakfast, started to watch this one, become so sleepy that went for a nap. And now I'm back from a nap with coffee, and I have no clue what was happening on the beginning of this presentation. You have sound, right? From this video. Is it too loud? It's probably loudish. Oh, nice origami.
Welcome to the 2026 Platform State of the Union. This is one of our favorite moments of the year, where we get to share what's new with the technologies, the frameworks, and the tools that you use every day to build incredible apps and games. Apps that inspire us, that raise the bar of what's possible, and that push us to build even better technologies. We love connecting with so many of you, hearing about your passions, your challenges, and how we can better support your work.
Yes, exactly.
Your feedback
Cheers.
shapes some of the most important technologies that we build. And this past year, nowhere was that more true than with the new design with Liquid Glass
Oh,
and
yeah.
with Apple Intelligence.
They pedaled back
These
on
were
Liquid
both
Glass and
huge
Apple
themes
Intelligence.
in the 26 releases.
Move it forward, yeah.
And they're key again this year, with many of our efforts influenced by your feedback. Design and intelligence are both so important because they enhance what's special about your apps. The care and the craft that you put into them, with unique interfaces and rich experiences shaped by your deep domain expertise. Combined with enhanced intelligence capabilities, you can now build features that weren't previously possible. To highlight what's new, we'll dive into 3 key areas. First, Apple Intelligence, with new ways to bring generative intelligence directly into your apps, and new integrations with system intelligence to bring users back to your apps. Second, platform improvements, with design refinements and more
Oh, interesting. So system integration to bring users back into the application, kind of using this Apple Intelligence. That could be something good for retention. I don't know how that will work, but in theory, sounds good. Yeah, Apple Intelligence is basically, judging from that mine keynote, that what looks that it is kind of the biggest kind of thing this year, because they were very, very behind everyone.
UI layout, updates to Swift and Swift UI, and enhancements that make your apps faster, more adaptive, and easier to build. And finally, developer productivity, taking agentic coding even further, alongside improvements that make Xcode faster and more personal. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started with Apple Intelligence. At the heart of Apple Intelligence are Apple Foundation models. Working together with Google and leveraging the technologies behind their Gemini family of models, we created the latest Apple Foundation models to power our Apple Intelligence experiences and to provide even better support for the ways you're using intelligence in your apps. We adapted these models to run on device and on private cloud compute. Apple Foundation models power Apple Intelligence, and your apps can use them too through the Foundation Models framework. This year, the framework's capabilities are expanding to include image input and support for server models. So if you have a more complex task requiring the most advanced frontier models, the API can now integrate with the cloud model provider of your choice to ensure getting started with a large cloud model is as accessible as possible, even if you're writing your first app. Developers with fewer than 2 million first-time App Store downloads will be able to use Apple Foundation models running in private cloud compute.
Less than 2 million. 2 million is quite a lot. I don't know if I have 2 million downloads on all apps together, but it's cool that they kind of providing free access. How many do I have? Can I see? That should be possible to see somewhere in the settings, in the App Store Connect. Downloads, 2 million downloads. Apple App Store Connect. Yeah, but So it's basically, you will see analytics per app, but if you go to the trends, then units maybe. Yeah, local models approach is, I think it's great because, yeah, I don't think where you can basically find just downloads. Because if you go units, it will show you, if it will show apps and purchases. Yeah, it's kind of weird, I don't know. Yeah, on-device models is great because you're basically getting them, it's fast, it's on device, it's fast, and it's also kind of secure, and you can also kind of say to users that, oh, your data is on device, we are not sending it anywhere, you know. Many users kind of care about that, and yeah, I think it's really cool. It's fast, it's secure, and that's dope, yeah. Yeah, I already played around with on-device those AI models when they just announced it. It was kind of nice, but those models were kind of meh, quite dumb, and the things that I did using AI models could be used just using, like, I don't know. It wasn't nothing kind of fancy, but yeah, if they will be powerful, it's nice. I'll agree. Good morning, Boris. Big tech companies, AI is too expensive, basically, too. Yeah. Okay, cool.
With no cloud API cost. It's access to frontier-level intelligence with unparalleled privacy protections. Because getting started exploring ideas shouldn't be held back by infrastructure costs. With these enhancements, the Foundation Models Framework now offers a single API that supports any model you need.
Microsoft
in addition to the features you build within your apps,
models.
Apple Intelligence can also surface your app in more places across the system, giving users...
This actually is quite nice. Those are quite nice features because I, for example, have the video cutting application, which also using AI to, and currently I am already doing transcript using Apple kind of API for transcript. So, but for finding kind of interesting clips to clip them out from the video, I'm using the codecs or cloud code. But with this, basically, with on-device AI, I could do that on Mac just using Apple AI and basically do that for, let's say, free. That's basically will use just kind of, you know, AI to slice the video. Yes, I'm using AI already to slice the video in my application. But for currently, I don't have powerful enough on-device AI. Even MacBook is more than powerful, you know, to compute that, but AI models are kind of not good enough. But if we will have this Apple AI, so I think kind of next release is for my video slicing application could be it, yes. And then I can price it quite aggressively comparing with other kind of web and server-side based solutions, you know, because for me, AI will cost kind of nothing, while then still kind of paying money for
There's more
AI.
ways to discover and return to it. The App Intents framework connects your app to Apple Intelligence, drawing on core operating system technologies like the Spotlight Semantic Index. It organizes and surfaces personal context from any supported app. The App Toolbox, which identifies features available across apps to
That's
serve a
super cool
user request.
that Apple can
And the System
work on your
Orchestrator,
personal
which coordinates
information
it
and
all
device
while
information.
protecting user privacy. Together, in-app and system-wide intelligence unlock
All the
experiences
health
that
data,
neither
everything.
could deliver alone. Your apps, made more powerful by intelligence, and intelligence made more meaningful by your apps. Let's dive into these frameworks and see how they'll transform what your apps can do. Here's Richard and Mary Beth.
The Foundation Models Framework is a native Swift API that gives you direct access to the same on-device model that powers Apple Intelligence. And many of you have already adopted it, creating experiences for shopping apps like Wayfair, educational apps like CellWalk, local sports apps like Criqueros, and more, all running on-device with no infrastructure costs or privacy trade-offs. It's amazing to see how you've pushed the limits of what an on-device model can do. We've got exciting updates for you. Let's start with a preview of the intelligence-powered features you will be able to build today. Maribeth, over to you.
This year, we're building a sample app all about the Japanese paper craft of origami. It's a place to unwind and get creative with paper. I'll give you a quick tour. Our app starts with a beautiful gallery of my origami projects. And what's special about these is that I've used foundation models to tailor origami projects to match a person's interests and materials, with step-by-step feedback. Of course, it's more fun to craft with friends. So our app has a built-in chat. It's a fun, focused place to plan meetups and talk about crafting. Now I'm working on a cool feature to combine people's interests into an origami project. Here, I'll take this paper Rachel's bringing and mix in a photo of my dog to generate a fun project for us all to fold together. With Foundation Models Framework, my app analyzes the inspiration pictures to get a sense of the materials I have and the stock theme I have in mind.
Definitely focus.
It
This is
even
for
translates the
developers.
Japanese text
That mine keynote
and
is
uses
kind
all
of more
this
like for,
context
I
to
don't know,
brainstorm a few
everyone.
options. I'll choose this one.
But yeah, it's good.
The intelligence keeps going in a fully interactive tutorial. That's a quick preview. Let's talk about the framework.
This year, we're taking the Foundation Models Framework to the next level. First, you get new capabilities like multimodal prompts with text and images. This opens up new categories of experiences you can build.
Yeah, I don't know. I somehow do not really understand this point to kind of to how need to build apps on phone and install them on phone and so on. I totally understand for that slice of auditory or who has phone like the primary kind of computing device. Sure, they maybe don't have a computer. For them, yeah, probably. In that case, yeah, that's amazing that they can do something without having computer. Great. But otherwise, I don't know, computer is just much better to do the job, right? But yeah.
Image understanding. It's as simple as attaching an image to your prompt. In addition to this, the Vision framework is now integrated, giving you purpose-built tools the model can use, such as OCR for precise text extraction and barcode.
And yeah, I would like, you know, if some kind of nice future we would have, the screen size will not be a problem and you can fold it and fold in whatever size you want, or basically use some kind of glasses to kind of use it comfortably and so on. When you will have that your main computer in your pocket, not because that's the only one that you have for choice or for financial reasons, but because it will be powerful enough and comfortable enough to do all the job, all the kind of whatever you need to do on that kind of personal kind of mobile device. Yeah, sure. In that world, that could be nice to do everything on that device, but currently, if you have iPhone and Mac, I don't know, why would you like to build apps on iPhone instead of MacBook, you know? And yeah, sure, you can do something on the go, but yeah, for that you can basically have a remote session to your Mac and connect and or whatever, or use codecs on iPhone, but that's, you know.
For quick code scanning, all on device. Next, let's talk about server models. On-device models are incredibly useful for many tasks, yet sometimes you might want a larger model for a more complex workflow. That's why we're extending the framework so you can easily call server models like Claude, Gemini, and more to use features like tool calling and guided generation. And any model provider can create a Swift package that conforms to the language model protocol, so you can pick the one you want for your app. In addition to this, we're opening up access for those of you getting started with AI To use the Apple Foundation model running on private cloud compute with no cloud API cost, giving you access to frontier-level intelligence.
Of course, more people have iPhones than Macs, I agree, but I'm just saying,
stored or accessible
if that's
to Apple or anyone else.
limitation,
Your
if you
users
don't
will
have
have
Mac,
access to
that's
features
better
leveraging
than
the cloud
nothing.
model
But
every day.
otherwise,
And iCloud Plus subscribers will have expanded access. No matter the model you want to use, you can easily swap it in. This makes the Foundation Models framework.
Oh, wait a minute. How that works? One more time.
To use the Apple Foundation model running on private cloud compute with no cloud API cost, giving you access to frontier-level intelligence while ensuring your users' data is not stored or accessible to Apple or anyone else. Your users will have access to features leveraging the cloud model every day, and iCloud Plus subscribers will have expanded access. No matter the model you...
So that's a bit a problem. So if I understand that right, so you will have this cloud, whatever, AI model. You can plug it into your app, but then those users who has iCloud Plus subscription, they will have kind of more tools, and those who don't have that, they will have kind of less availability, less powerful kind of model, and so on, less access. Which kind of, I don't know, then you have to design your application for those kind of limited users, and then you have to design application for those users who have more access. It's kind of weird. Because if I'm charging money for my application, I will provide all the premium features to the user, right? Not some kind of limitation. So, you have to pay me, but also you have to go and pay Apple for iCloud Plus kind of service to have all the features. Sounds kind of
use, you
strange.
Can easily swap it in. This makes the Foundation Models framework the best way to run any large language model in your app.
With more modalities and more models at your fingertips, the next thing you'll need is more ways to put them to work. That's why we're introducing a new open source Swift
Not sure I'm happy about that
loaded
approach.
with pre-built tools to help you get started with concepts like skills and utilities for context management.
That's kind of weird.
For example, a task management app like Timo can use the package to pull in a skill that adapts its tone and recommendations to the user's data, delivering a personalized brief to help them stay on top of their day.
Yeah, I totally do not understand the business model here. So it works so that I as a user have access to some cloud kind of computing AI kind of tools on cloud for free. Then I saw for that presentation, my keynote, okay, if you would like to go to some kind of more expensive things like image generation, what else not, that costs more, and then you have a limit, or you go with Cloud Plus, iCloud Plus subscription, then you get more access. Probably also there are some limits, but you get more. Then as a developer, they mentioned, okay, if you have less than 2 million downloads, you get AI cloud computing kind of things to implement in your app for free. But that means that if you have more than 2 million kind of downloads, you will need to pay for them. So you are paying as a developer for some cloud computing tools. Then you ask user to pay you for the application. Then user have to pay also for those iCloud Plus kind of features if you are using them in the application. That's what's going on here. It's very messy. It's very messy. I don't know. I don't understand how this payment cycle will work. We are giving each other money, most of us giving money to the Apple. And I don't know.
This space
Sounds
evolves
strange.
so quickly. Tomorrow's abstractions may be very different from today's. So these utilities from the open source package are created with new fundamental building blocks called dynamic profiles. These are new declarative APIs in the Foundation Models framework for building truly adaptive AI experiences with less code, so you can orchestrate skills and sub-agents, swap tools in and out, and update instructions on the fly.
I'll walk you through how Dynamic Profiles powers intelligence in the Origami app. First, let's open Xcode. I'll start with a language model session, which many of you already use. Now, instead of creating a session with a fixed model, tools, and instructions, with dynamic profiles, you have the freedom to continuously update your session. So I'll choose a profile for the language model session and start with the familiar Swift result builder syntax. Here in the body, I'll define my first profile as a brainstorming helper that's going to generate project ideas based on the photos I give it. I'll add modifiers to use private cloud compute language model with temperature cranked up for creativity.
Yeah.
Now the beauty of a dynamic profile.
This video is still overview, but yeah, I agree. It's
Profile
kind of
driving my
abstract,
session
yeah.
at a time. But I can switch between as many profiles as my feature needs in the same session. So I'll change profile based on my app's state.
Don't forget about AI.
Then I can add in a second profile to handle tutorial generation, using private cloud compute again with reasoning level set to deep, since this is my most challenging task. Last, I'll add in a profile that can explain any origami jargon, like valley fold, that the user doesn't understand. This is a nice smaller task. I can send the on-device system language model to save on server calls. Let's see it in action.
Again, this AI prompt, basically step-by-step tutorial, basically, where it was? No, it was next one.
Challenging task. Last, I'll add in a profile that can explain any origami jargon, like valley fold, that the user.
Maybe they are kind of, maybe that is like kind of for this tutorial or something, but basically 1 to 3 short sentences generate some explanation for user for some kind of keyword. You can just kind of add explanation for all the origami kind of words used in application. If that's for chat, maybe if it is basically like someone saying you something you do not understand and you are asking up inside the app to kind of highlight it and kind of explain, then probably. But if it is origami kind of craft jargon that you built in the application, you can just kind of have generated, pre-generated, and already delivered together with app explanation for all of that. It's probably this is kind of use case for just tutorial to show how you can use AI, but that's basically very kind of simple and basic AI usage, what was available already in the previous on-device AI models, which works, but it's kind of unreliable, and you don't really know what the hell will be generated and showed to the user. I would prefer to kind of do that in advance, and then I know that basically that will be something good enough. And yeah, it's kind of, I don't think that's a good case to use AI, to be honest. It's not really. That previous one, that was kind of, I will say, better, because there is some kind of non-static kind of thing. When user shares photo, identify kind of like something in photo, and then kind of generate something based on photo. That makes sense. But maybe that is just for tutorial. But I'm just kind of curious, why are they, is that how they would like us to use AI? Or that's just not the best example? Or they think that AI will do this explanation better than we as creators of app can?
That
kind
the
of
user doesn't understand.
iffy.
This is a nice smaller task. I can send the on-device system language model to save on server
But cool to
calls.
have, sure.
Let's see it in action.
Cool to have functionality.
Here in my tutorial, I can now tap this term I don't understand, and the on-device model generates a nice explanation. In
Yeah,
dynamic
exactly.
profiles,
That could
I'm
be
swapping out
just
models,
string.
but everything shares the same continuous transcript. This means more contextual intelligence with less prompting. Now let's use that in my tutorial profile. Instructions and tools can be swapped in and out as well.
Oh, hey, Walensky.
So I'll use my app's
Hello,
view
hello,
model
Swiss guy.
to check if the tutorial's been generated. And if so, I'll add in instructions and tools to help the model give high-quality feedback tailored to the user. This body recomputes on every model turn, so my session will stay up to date. Finally, do you see how my 3 origami profiles look a bit like 3 AI agents? That's because dynamic profiles are designed to be adaptable building blocks. So if you want to build AI agents or skills or any other high-level abstraction, you can.
with a focus on flexibility
Okay, that's just basically kind of simplified, little bit simplified usage of AI models, and you can basically use the same structure to build like on-device agents and so on. So yeah,
These
cool,
new
cool.
APIs
Not
from the
bad.
Foundation Models framework are here to grow with you. To help you bring all of this to your apps, you'll have access to a complete set of tools, from building to testing to shipping with confidence. That includes the new evaluations framework, which gives you the ability to test your prompts and validate that your intelligence-powered features work reliably.
Oh, that's cool.
The upgraded Foundation Models instrument will help you visualize and debug model behavior in your apps. And the new FM command line tool lets you prompt the model right from the terminal. And there's so much more, like a Python.
That's actually a really cool thing, this kind of prompt evaluation, because prompts, that's really important that your prompts are good and decent, so they are kind of token effective, kind of also error kind of proof and so on. And if you don't have tools for that, there are tools in the market for that to kind of evaluate code and prompts and so on. But if we have that kind of built in, that was very quick kind of slide. Where it is? In the Xcode. That's actually dope functionality. They just kind of jumped over it, but I will say this is quite big thing. It's nice. Prompt evaluation. It's really, really good and useful tool. And built in Xcode. So
the upgraded Foundation Models
yeah, this is good. That's good. Yeah, that's good
will
thing
help
to
you
have.
visualize and debug model behavior in your apps. And the new FM command line tool lets you prompt the model right from the terminal. And there's so much more, like a Python SDK, tool calling with images, and a new RAG tool powered by Core Spotlight that's private to your app. That's the Foundation Models framework, providing you seamless access to multiple models with all new capabilities in a native Swift API. Plus, we're doing something
Apple
big.
product user.
Later this summer, the framework will be open source. So the same Swift APIs you use in your app can now run on your server too, giving you a complete end-to-end AI workflow anywhere you deploy Swift. You've seen how the Foundation Models framework connects to third-party models,
I will not use that,
private
but
cloud
that's also
compute,
cool.
and the on-device model. You have the flexibility
Server
you need
models.
to get the right model for the job.
That's dope.
And
I'm not going
when you
to
want
use
to bring
it,
a
and likely I
specific
will
model
use it.
into
But
your app and run it on-device, there's Core AI. Core AI is a brand new framework built right into the platform, along with supporting tools and technologies. It's designed to be the best way to bring and run models on-device in your apps. It delivers uncompromising performance through a modern, memory-safe Swift API, with extensive tuning capabilities, from fine-grained inference management and model specialization to custom GPU kernels.
They're Python-based tools alongside the framework, so you can convert and optimize your PyTorch models for the Core AI runtime. The framework is backed by deep integration into a new developer toolchain,
Also
with
cool,
ahead-of-time
but
compilation,
unlikely I will use it.
dedicated Core AI instruments, and a powerful visual debugger to trace tensor values directly back to your original Python source code. And it's engineered to scale with your available compute.
So you can run a compact vision model in your iPhone app for real-time camera queries, or deploy a multi-billion parameter LLM in a Mac app right at your desk to power an agentic assistant for complex multi-step workflows. Whatever the device, whatever the model, it all runs on device with zero server dependencies and zero token costs. Core AI is optimized for performance on Apple
Zero
Silicon
token costs.
and
That's
powers
nice.
Apple Intelligence experiences across the system, including Siri.
And this year, Apple Intelligence offers even more opportunities for developers. Over to Lori.
Apple Intelligence draws on personal context from across apps, understands what's on screen, and can take actions to get things done. And now you can integrate with its capabilities through the App Intents framework. It's how our platforms understand what your apps can do. With it, you can make your app's content easier to find and its capabilities easier to use through the Action button, shortcuts, widgets, and in Siri AI. App Intents schemas make integration with Siri's capabilities easy. Schemas are recognizable structures that Siri understands deeply, built on years of language model training. We provide entity schemas for describing the content and concepts your app works with, and intent schemas for describing the actions it can perform. Entity schemas enable personal context understanding. By contributing your app's content to the Spotlight Semantic Index, you can help your users find information from your app quickly and easily with attribution back to your app. The indexing keys for important content properties are built right in, which means more understanding from less.
I think it's cool here, and check out, they basically have same color origami on the desk. Such a nice attention to details. All on device AI tools up, I think, is bullshit. How a small device can handle such large LLMs does not make sense to me. I don't think. Why do you think so? Because on device LLMs, yeah, I don't know. I think it can be depends on task. You know, you don't always need kind of latest and greatest, you know, AI model to do the task. I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking forward to use them. I used on-device AI models before. I tried them for relatively simple use cases, but now they have way more powerful features. We'll see how that will work.
Code. Siri's understanding of intent schemas means people can make requests naturally. They don't need to learn specific phrases, and you don't have to define them in your code. Schemas cover common app categories like task management, photo editing, and communication, and include a whole set of system-supported actions. Just adopt the relevant intent schemas for the actions your app can perform to make them available to your users. And because these schemas are system-defined, they'll benefit from future updates. That means as Siri's language understanding evolves, or as we add new support for languages or regional dialects, your intents will work
hybrid,
there too,
exactly as
without
Paul is
any
saying.
changes to your code. Combining these capabilities with the new View Annotations API will let your users reference and take action on the content in your app when it's on screen. So your users can interact with your app conversationally, saying what feels natural to them, not commands they have to memorize. Now, I'm going to show you how we've made our origami app work with Siri. I already have some entities and intents that describe my app's content and actions, and the entities conform to the Index Entity Protocol, so they can be indexed into Spotlight. By also conforming to an entity schema, Siri will be able to discover and reason over my app's content. I'll make sure my message, contact, and conversation entities all conform to the relevant entity schemas by using the app entity macro. I'm indexing these entities into Spotlight when my app finishes launching to make sure everything's in sync. I've rebuilt to get the latest changes, and now let's see what I can do, even when I'm not in the app. Hey Siri, who's coming to Origami Night?
Based on your messages in Origami, it looks like Kevin, Mary Beth, Rachel, and Richard are discussing Origami Night.
What's Richard bringing?
Richard mentioned he is thinking of bringing pizza.
Awesome. But now I want to follow up, which means I need to act on this information. I can make the content Siri found actionable by conforming an intent to the send message schema. This time I'm using the app intent macro, since this is an action rather than content. I'll build and run again, and now I can say, Siri, text Richard, can you make one of the pizzas vegetarian?
From Origami. Ready to send it?
Yes.
It's sent.
Great. Message sent. I'd also like to let people reference what's on screen in my app just by saying the second message or this photo. The new View Annotations API lets me associate my views with entities, which can then be passed to my app's intents, making them actionable. My message list view contains all the individual messages in a conversation. I can use a new view modifier to map each message row to its respective message entity. Let's try it out. Hey Siri, send this photo to Kevin and say, Rachel got us some paper to practice our folds. What color would you like?
From Origami. Ready to send it?
Yes.
It's sent.
And Siri sends the photo with my message. By combining personal context, common app actions, and on-screen awareness.
Yeah, I don't know. Those app intents kind of looks interesting and so on, and we are using app intents already now for live activities. But basically, that's, you know, that gives a chance to kind of use application without opening application, and then there is kind of question, okay, as app developer, you want to get user inside your application and keep it there as long as possible, right? Like if you are looking on Instagram, like TikTok, you know, their goal is basically just to get you in with notifications and so on and keep you in the app as long as possible. Not every app is the same, of course. Maybe your application kind of task is different, but generally, you as developer, as builder of the application, you would like to come users back to the application and not to use it for some kind of intent. No, I don't know. It's a cool thing. I could ask Siri to transcribe video from YouTube or photo with simple voice command. Yeah, you could. Siri could be actually useful. Yes. But
your app can become part of the intelligent fabric of the system. Through Siri, users can access it through natural language.
Yeah, basically saying exactly, your app will become a part of intelligent fabric, whatever the jargon. But you actually would like users to really kind of use your application, like not just kind of use some Apple AI fabric and your app is just kind of small kind of part of it. Yeah, I don't know if we can get around that, but
through semantic search and integrate it
and
into their
what is
daily
the right
workflows.
move here?
Now, back to Josh.
This is our vision for an intelligent platform. Rich, native experiences and intelligent, natural language interfaces working together. As app developers, this represents an incredible opportunity. You can enhance your app's experiences through natural language with Siri. Build powerful AI features with the Foundation Models framework, and even run your own models on device with Core AI. If you're using a custom model to power a feature within your app, Core AI is the right technology to use. Your models will perform efficiently across all devices, and it's built into the platform, so your apps always benefit from the latest fixes and enhancements. And if you're an enthusiast who is experimenting with, training, researching, or fine-tuning generative models, or if you're running a local inference server, our array framework, MLX, makes it easy to explore cutting-edge innovations and technologies. It now supports Metal 4, GPU neural accelerators, and it can even scale training across multiple Macs with RDMA over Thunderbolt. It's all open source, and it's faster than ever. The breadth of capabilities offered by Apple Intelligence and powered by Apple Silicon makes Apple's platforms the best place to build and deliver the next generation of intelligence-enhanced apps and games. Now, let's take a look a level deeper at what makes all of this possible. The systems your apps depend on, from the frameworks you call to the processes that schedule your work, manage your memory, and render your UI. We took an especially close look at the performance and quality of these foundations. And you'll see a multitude of platform improvements in this year's releases. When you rebuild with the new SDK, your apps will launch faster and feel more responsive. You'll see refinements and platform improvements across frameworks, media, search, and accessibility. Enhance
Edge-to-edge sidebars, switch between two iPhone devices. Oh, interesting. Consistent corner, what's that? Consistent corner radius? What is corner radii? Enchanted flyover in MapKit. That's the one I would like to explore after radii. Game porting. So maybe more games coming to Mac. Okay, I have gaming PC. I do not care too much, but generally. Premenopause and menopause tracking health kit. Yeah, that's kind of interesting thing. There are kind of those period kind of tracking functionality built in health kit, so it's probably will some dedicated applications that do that probably will not be happy to see that. That's how they call the corner radius in San Francisco. Okay, I see. Yeah. Some kind of American slang. Faster web application performance in WebKit. Not bad. Swift UI graphic content update. I don't know what that means. Keyboard support extended to additional languages. Can we get Latvian? Support in system. Oh. Hey Chris. Welcome Raiders. We are trying to go through the Apple presentation this time. Thanks for the raid. Hello everyone. By the way, guys, as we have more persons now in the chat, who knows what the consistent corner radii means in Apple presentation? We have assumption that it is radius, but we do not understand American English good enough. You probably know that better. Most of us in the chat is from Europe. How is it going? Happy to read. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's really nice. Radius pluralized. Ah, really? It's real word? Okay. Cool. Interesting. So yeah, we're just watching Apple Latin. Not even US thing. Okay. Okay, I was thinking, okay, my English is already falling apart, even in the middle of the day, not at the night, but yeah, probably that's just typo in presentation. Cool. So yeah, we are kind of looking into the, mostly in the, yeah, all the Raiders. Hello and welcome. Just let me show you quickly what I am kind of building here. I am working on the mobile applications. Let's try to see. I have Xcode beta installed. Probably it will not build at all, or maybe will build. Let's try whatever, iPhone 70 Pro Max, whatever. I'm here building mostly mobile apps, mostly for Apple platform, and trying to make living from that. That's my mine and only job now. I was freelancing before for last 9-ish, 10 years, something like that. But now my last iOS consulting contract is ended, and I'm not looking for a new one. I'm trying to survive on my own mobile apps. They are making enough for surviving, but I need kind of a little bit more for comfortable living. So that's where we are. And my latest application is just small budgeting subscription tracking application, which trying to launch. Okay, here it is. Why we have this interesting border around? That's basically new simulator. What's that? What means this kind of full screen thing? Will it go? Oh, that's the new device hub. Oh, that's actually dope feature. Okay, can we switch in between simulators? Oh yeah, we can start basically. Oh, it's actually dope feature. It's actually a nice feature. Yeah, that's basically the app. Onboarding. Can we click through it? No? What's going on? Continue. Why it doesn't work? That's record, that's screenshot. How you can start interact with it? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry guys, presentation effect. That's basically the new simulator, and seems that I don't know how to use it. Rotation works fine. Basically it should not rotate, but buttons for some reason doesn't work. Okay, whatever, yep. I really like MLX. It works so well. Okay. Do you use Xcode 27? I just installed Xcode 27, so I'm kind of trying to use it, yep. Yeah, but I don't know why it doesn't kind of click some button. Is it just, no, it doesn't matter which app it is, right? I could basically run another project. Okay, let's try another project. File. Oh, that's device hub. File, open recent. Okay, we don't have any recent projects. That's kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious, is it? Let's go, let's open this one. Yeah, click is not working for me. Okay, let's launch iPhone app. I built and testing Apple Watch app, but let's try iPhone app. We'll see if that works. I've been messing around with some MLX machine learning stuff on iOS apps before alongside MetalKit for generating and rendering 3D. Cool, cool. Yeah, it may be bug in simulator. I will try to build and launch this app. Oh, we have plenty of errors here. Okay, back to this. Let's try to kill the app and rerun. Yeah, clicks are not working. I don't know why. This button works. Yeah, generally clicks are not working. I'm trying to swipe to open. It also doesn't register. I don't know what you are supposed to do here to... This is a screenshot. Yeah, it's a screenshot. That is recording. How can you... Yeah, I don't know. Clicks are just not working. Because this button, for example, works. And now we should be able to kind of swipe and do something, but I don't know why it doesn't work. Keyboard, device, controls. Yeah, I don't also see kind of clipboard handling. Yeah, I do not see actually also kind of connection, kind of interaction kind of options here. Maybe that's a bug, I don't know. More settings here. Okay, that's more like to... This actually is cool, to change from light to dark appearance. That's all is nice. Input, that's for audio. I don't see kind of touch interaction kind of settings, but that also would be dumb to kind of disable them by default. I don't know, it doesn't work. Yep. And that should be bug, I think as well, yeah, because if it is some default settings and user interaction is disabled, that's the kind of, I don't know, dumbest default setting you could imagine, right? Anyways, let's keep watching.
To Swift and Swift UI, and a lot more, especially around design. Last year, the new design with Liquid Glass brought a unified design language built...
You can do that by Command-Shift-A. 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 Okay, what's that? Command-Shift-A. Command-Shift-A changes nothing. Yeah. Command-A, Command-Shift-A. No, I don't know. Oh. Here something appears. Yeah, but, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't work. Switch theme. Yeah, sure. You can do that in Xcode. Probably there is also settings like shortcuts. Yeah, you can do that, but it's kind of nice to have that somewhere here, you know, as well. Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't really. Simulator doesn't work for me, no. Yeah, but you can just use previous Xcode version. That's the thing. And in my case, I have one more Mac with my profile installed on it as well, so it's not a big deal for me.
For a world where your experience moves across devices, the new design is making apps more expressive and delightful while staying instantly familiar to users. It looks great in apps like Tide Guide, where subtle, interactive highlights respond as users scroll through Tide data and charts. And Sketch Pro, where translucent brush panels and controls let artwork show through, even while you switch between tools. Throughout the last year, we've been refining the design, and that journey continues with a new set of design updates in the 27 releases. Apps that have already adopted Liquid Glass benefit from many of these improvements automatically. To tell you more, here's Cindy.
Yeah, they added slider to
you'll see updates to the foundations of how Liquid Glass is built, refinements to the new design that improve consistency, and new ways for iOS apps to adapt across devices and screen sizes. Let's review the changes you'll see in your apps. To maintain exceptional readability, we tuned Liquid Glass so it more effectively diffuses complex content behind it. And to establish more depth and separation, we also introduced a darkened edge along with brighter specular highlights. We also made it more personalizable with a new slider in settings to adjust Liquid Glass anywhere from ultra clear to fully tinted, allowing users to choose the look that works best for them.
Not everyone likes
apps already using Liquid Glass get these improvements automatically when they run on this year's releases without even needing to recompile. Liquid Glass seamlessly adapts to a variety of accessibility settings users may choose, such as reducing transparency or increasing contrast. And now, macOS 27 also supports the Show Borders environment value, just like iOS.
Oh, that
so you can adapt your macOS app's custom controls for this setting as well. Sidebars expand to the edges on Mac and iPad, providing clearer structure while still refracting content from your app and the wallpaper. And icons in the sidebar regain their color using your app's accent color, giving your app more personality.
This was like, oh, moment, Liquid Glass, even spilled coffee.
List and label APIs provide these updates automatically and support customizing the tint per item. And every window on macOS now also has the same tighter corner radius, ensuring greater consistency across all apps. When content scrolls under floating bars, a uniform toolbar appears across the top and keeps the text legible while improving contrast. This effect is applied automatically for standard toolbars and can be customized using the existing Scroll Edge Effect APIs. We also thought about how icons and menus can be used intentionally to call attention to the most important actions, both on macOS and iPadOS. While icons are hidden by default, there's an API to show icons for key app actions. We're also updating how Liquid Glass shows up in icons, making them sharper and more defined. This updated rendering applies to all app icons, and we've introduced new features such as refraction that can be selectively used for added character. And with Icon Composer, you can now design your icons out of multiple layers of Liquid Glass. It's been updated with new annotation features to add refraction or dial in Liquid Glass content effects. And it provides an interactive preview of how your icon will look on earlier releases. Together, these updates culminate in a more focused and approachable experience across your apps and across platforms. Next, let's talk about app adaptability. iOS apps show up in more places than ever. On iPad as an iPhone app, or on Mac through iPhone mirroring. When your iOS app shows up in these other contexts with larger displays, users want to be able to take advantage of the extra space to see more information. So this year, we're introducing support to resize iOS apps in iPhone mirroring and on iPad. Let's see how this works with the Origami app. Once you rebuild with the latest SDK, your app has automatically opted into resizability. Since Origami is a SwiftUI app, it's already taking advantage of Scene Lifecycle and standard framework support for basic resizability. If you're already using SwiftUI, Auto Layout, or responding to size class changes, you are well on your way to supporting full resizability.
If you have custom views, you'll want to update them to using auto layout and trait collections for layout decisions. Using the
To be honest, I do not use that iPhone mirroring. It's I have it available before because I am in Thailand, but I do not use it at all. I don't remember when I used it last time. But it's cool to have an option to choose, you know, to use it or not.
new resizable iOS simulator and previews, you can test across a variety of screen sizes right in Xcode, so you'll see exactly how your layout performs. And we're providing a skill for coding agents that will help you find and fix common resizability issues. Now, instead of designing for specific devices and orientations, you're designing for a dynamic range of sizes and aspect ratios. To provide the best experience when using iPhone mirroring, update your app to be able to adapt and support any size. Resizable Simulator, previews, and iPhone mirroring all make it easy to ensure your app is as dynamic and flexible as possible. Next, let's talk about SwiftUI. Here's Frank.
SwiftUI is the best way to build apps for any Apple device. We designed SwiftUI to capture everything we know about building great apps on our platforms. It gracefully handles the complexities of layout, animation, and platform integration so you can focus on what makes your app yours. And as new capabilities like Liquid Gloss are added, apps get these features easily because they're designed with SwiftUI in mind. New apps like The Goat are built with SwiftUI because they want to feel truly at home on Apple platforms. The Goat is a game development environment that brings the open source Godot engine to Apple devices. It started on iPad, expanded to iPhone, and when the time came to bring it to Mac, it felt completely natural.
I was thinking
And
about React Native and
previously
Expo kind
used
of comment, but
or web technologies
say
like
nothing.
Notion are migrating their user interface to SwiftUI because they want a level of performance and UI consistency that other technologies can't deliver. With powerful agentic coding tools, porting code to Swift has never been easier. Of course,
See, Pavel,
we reach for SwiftUI ourselves whenever we build apps. For example,
porting
SwiftUI
was
made it easy
never
to build a new
was
Siri
easier.
app
Just
by
port it.
enabling us to share code across all our platforms, and Creator Studio apps like Logic Pro build new features with SwiftUI.
I think, you know, if you have user interface like that, like this kind of Logic Pro, what else not? Sure, you go with native application. If your application just fetching some data from the internet and showing that in nice scroll view, then it doesn't really matter, you know. If that's, you know, like your whatever average application. Fetching some images, fetching some text, showing something on the screen, getting user input, sending back to the server. Any kind of development tools can handle that.
For high performance and cross-platform
Something like
support.
that, yeah,
Since we rely
sure.
on SwiftUI
Sure, you
ourselves,
definitely want to go native.
every improvement we make for our own apps becomes an improvement for your apps too. And this is a big year for SwiftUI. With richer interactions that help you write
Richer
less custom
interactions.
code
Okay.
with speed, making your apps much faster. And finally, with new capabilities for your apps. Let's start with interactions.
What's those
This year,
capabilities?
SwiftUI brings more dynamic interactions to your app, like reorderable containers, which makes it super
Time to
easy
switch to
to add drag to
cross-platform.
reorder
No, not for
to
me.
any container.
I'm fine.
Building a great reordering experience outside of lists, like with this grid in the Origami app, used to require a lot of code. Now, it is just as simple as adding reorderable to your for each and reorder container to the parent. And just like that, I can customize the order of my origami models.
Nice.
SwiftUI handles the lift and the drop animations.
Really nice.
And it works with any container like grids and stacks. Now, for origami models I feel a little less proud of, SwiftUI now supports swipe actions inside any container as well. I can delete a custom row with a swipe by adding the existing swipe actions modifier
actually is
to my
good.
row And
It was
Swift
available in
container
list view
to the
only,
scrollable
but now we
container.
can use it
This provides
everywhere.
great flexibility
That's
for
great.
quick actions on my custom row. Finally, text selection got more flexible too.
Because
On
I was,
iOS,
if you use a list view for kind of items, that kind of swipe to interact was kind of built in it. But if you kind of want to little bit different user interface, like in this example, you had to build them kind of manually, but now they basically added that. Kind of small feature, but really cool to have. It's good, well done.
Gains the same full fidelity selection already found in text field and text editor. And on macOS, it now supports custom text renderers, text vibrancy, and vertical text. Next, let's take a look at speed.
Cool.
This is always a priority for us, but even more so this year. And you will see many improvements without any changes on your end. To start, we've been gradually unifying the architectures of SwiftUI,
Verifying
AppKit,
update.
and UIKit.
iOS
And this year,
27 soon.
They share a common foundation across many controls. So wherever your app is running, they can benefit from the same underlying improvements. For example, menu pickers on macOS are now better equipped to smoothly handle large lists of items. And in nested stack layouts, whereas SwiftUI used to measure each child multiple times to resolve their flexibility, it now short-circuits computations where they're not needed, meaning layouts now resize up to twice as fast. And nothing says performance like avoiding unnecessary work. SwiftUI now only initializes state objects when they're first loaded. Previously, a new temporary instance of the state object would get created every time the view is reinitialized. You get this improvement for free because state is now lazy under the hood and was converted from a dynamic property to a macro. And when it comes to loading images, async image avoids redundancies as well. It now caches its content automatically using standard HTTP caching. So images are downloaded once and only refetched when needed. Finally, let's talk about new capabilities, starting with toolbars. With the new resizability features, optimizing your app for a dynamic range of sizes and aspect ratios is more important than ever.
Wait. What did you say? Are we getting foldable?
The new resizability features, optimizing your app for a dynamic range of sizes.
We are optimizing apps for dynamic sizes and different screen sizes. So foldable iPhone is coming, right?
And aspect ratios is more important than ever. And toolbars are central to that experience. This year, SwiftUI gives you final control over how toolbar items adapt to space. Use the new visibility priority modifier to mark your most important items high, and SwiftUI keeps them visible longer.
There were several things like that.
Less prominent actions like
dual
archive
screen.
or delete.
I think foldable.
Added
It's one screen, but
toolbar
foldable.
overflow menu container, which groups them in an overflow menu. And
Would
finally,
you buy
the
foldable?
new
Depends on
top
price.
bar
If that will be
placement
some crazy
anchors
expensive,
items to the trailing
I may
edge,
skip. I don't know.
no matter how the toolbar reflows. Now,
I'm
when
not
I
paying
resize the
2K for
window,
phone.
the toolbar stays organized exactly how I want. Important buttons stay visible. Deprioritized ones are in the overflow menu, and share is always pinned to the trailing edge. Tabs can also be distinguished with the new prominent tab row, pinning the tab to the trailing edge of the screen. SwiftUI also opens up new ground for document-based apps with a new document infrastructure.
Yeah, I actually also don't have
ton
biggest
of
iPhone. I
functionality
have
out of the box,
regular iPhone Pro,
like
not the
first-class
max
URL
size.
access for fully customizable reading.
I don't
and
know
writing to
about
disk.
that
The
foldable.
kind
We'll
that
see how
powers apps
handy
like
it is,
Xcode or
how
Pages. For
easy it is
example,
to use,
with direct
what is
access to the
price.
file URL, you now
theory,
have the
sounds
flexibility
interesting, but I don't
to
know.
read just the parts of a file you need and write only the pieces that changed, not the entire file. You can also
Anything good
observe
from
and
update?
update document
We don't
attributes
know yet.
using the
I'm just
provided
updating
observable
iPhone,
configuration.
but
The new document API
AI on
integrates
device will not
deeply
be
on
available.
modern Swift, with
And
support for
on
observation,
macOS,
Swift concurrency, and so
first
much
beta
more.
not rarely is something outstanding.
Here's something pretty awesome. The Spatial Preview Framework gives Mac apps new ways to extend in space around users wearing Apple Vision Pro. When you adopt this new API in your app, a 3D model can become spatial when you stream to Apple Vision Pro, allowing your users to preview, edit, and share objects and models in real time.
Last year got
Beyond those
Max and
already,
regretted. Yeah, I was using
many
Max.
other new improvements,
I was using max size fonts all the way, but this year I got regular size and I really like it, to be honest. Okay, reordable containers, lazy stage, graphic content, toolbar, overflow, status bar, special. Compact dynamic Iceland layout. What is that? SwiftUI agent skills. This is async image caching. That's nice. Crossfade navigation transactions. That could look nice. W tooltips, lazy layout enhancements. Okay, like I will say small quality improvements, but that reordable containers thing and dynamic sizes, that's of course is something big and new. Is the image caching to disk or RAM only? I think it's I don't know, but I guess that could be. Yeah, I don't know. It could be in documents kind of folder of the app. That's what I did when I implemented image caching manually, and then basically you have it on startup and so on. But yeah, it may be in runtime in RAM only, and then it downloads it when opens. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I missed it, but I'm not sure. I don't think they say that.
Checking performance with content builders, a new alert binding API, and supports for crossfade transitions. Together, these platform improvements bring more speed, richer interactions, and powerful new capabilities to SwiftUI that you can take advantage of. Now, let's take a look at Swift itself. Here's Holly.
Swift is designed to be the language you reach for at every layer of the stack. Whether you're building full-featured mobile apps, internet-scale services, or embedded firmware, Swift helps you write code that's fast, expressive, and safe. Swift's performance,
in
depth,
dedicated
and
sessions,
unmatched interoperability make it the natural successor to C and C++ for low-level systems and server programming. And its approachability and expressiveness make it ideal for higher-level development, like apps and frameworks. We think Swift is the only language with this breadth. That's what makes Swift a language you can keep reaching for as your stack grows, including outside Apple platforms, where the tools for development on Linux, Windows, Android, and the web are available on swift.org. Many of you are extending your use of Swift to additional platforms and the server, so you can reuse code and benefit from Swift's high performance across your entire stack. Like Flighty, which uses Swift in their services to share the code that tracks airport visits between the app and backend. Or GoodNotes, which uses Swift for WebAssembly to bring the app to the web, Chrome OS, Android.
Those notes on iPad always look so nice when someone other creating them for demo purposes. But my notes are usually horrible handwriting, some very basic, primitive, ugly sketches. I always like to see, when I see notes like that looks amazing. And I think, oh yeah, I should do more like notes like that. But my notes looks, let's say, useful for me, but horrible.
And Windows, reusing over 100,000 lines of code. Or Framio, which uses Swift Java interoperability to share Swift libraries between the iOS app and the photo frame software written in Java. Interoperability means you can bring Swift into C, C++, and Java systems you already have, so you can get Swift's benefits at every layer without a rewrite. At Apple, we've been building with Swift at every layer of our own stack, Foundation paved the way for Objective-C frameworks to move to native Swift under the hood. AppKit and UIKit have followed suit by using Swift and SwiftUI extensively in their implementation. WebKit, the open-source web engine that powers Safari, is a large and security-critical C++ codebase. Using Swift's safe C++ interoperability, WebKit is replacing core components with Swift versions incrementally. In the networking stack, the quick transport layer was rewritten in Swift. Later this month, the project will be open-sourced and available for cross-platform use through Swift Neo integration. You can follow along or get involved through the vibrant open-source community on swift.org. Further down the stack, more security and performance-critical systems moved to Swift this year. The TrueType font rendering engine replaced decades of hand-optimized C with Swift code.
Oh, I got the iPhone updated. Oh, just that launching screen with kind of explanation how it works looks kind of nice. Reframe your shot. Liquid glass changes. Nice. Welcome. Get started. Okay, visually looks the same. The main test will be to see, can I still order the food in the Grab application? I saw several Apple design ideas for foldable. Find interesting that Apple can't make a decent website. Yeah. Okay, application can get location. Why? Let's see, settings. That's probably in privacy, right? Or where? Privacy. Bluetooth, VPN, no. Settings app is horrible. Location. Location services. Okay, open it. Apple Watch available, Bolt available. Grab. Grab is available. Okay, enable, disable. I have location available. Okay, let's see one more time. Grab. Can't you find me? Hey Werner, hello. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't see my location. Okay, I will just add address. Copy. Pasta. Okay, I can order food again. It's good. No, not that food. Where are my favorite foods? There was some clean chicken and rice options. Okay, here it is. Chicken steak and rice. Yes. Let's go. And eggs, no, thank you. Let me see. Will it allow me to order? Yeah, it's allow. And yeah, there is my address as well. All is good. Place order. Yeah, Apple settings is just disaster. I don't know. I'm just using search in Apple settings all the time. It's crazy how complicated they are able to make it. It's, I don't know why.
That's
Why
not
Apple?
only memory safe, but also faster. At the lowest level, we've written hundreds of thousands of lines of Swift code across bare metal firmware, coprocessors, and drivers. For the 27 releases, we've started writing parts of the core operating system kernel in Swift. As Swift becomes more capable in these domains, we're staying true to one of Swift's most important design goals. It's fun. It's natural to write and iterate on your ideas in Swift, and the compiler is there to catch mistakes along the way. The latest updates are focused on improving your workflow, so you can focus on the fun part, writing great code with confidence. So 6.4 is here, built to make everyday tasks feel effortless. I'll show you just a few examples. When your codebase is undergoing a migration or incremental adoption of new features, sometimes it's not realistic to address all compiler warnings across your project at once. You can now suppress warnings in specific parts of your code, and you can promote warnings to errors in places where you want strict enforcement. Availability attributes can get long and repetitive when you're writing code for multiple Apple platforms. Now, instead of listing out every Apple platform with the same version number, you can simply write any Apple OS. The limitation on async calls in a defer block is gone, and awaiting inside a defer just works. No matter what you're building, Swift's compiler diagnostics are a daily companion, helping you catch mistakes early and guiding you toward correct code. If you've spent time writing Swift code, you've probably encountered this error message. The compiler is unable to type check this expression in reasonable time.
That's horrible.
This can happen in complex operator expressions, closures, or in deeply nested Swift UI view bodies.
That's horrible error.
This is frustrating, and we've made it a lot better. In many common cases, code that hit this fallback error will now either compile successfully or give you a more actionable error to work with. We know this area is important for a smooth workflow, and we're continuing to invest in it. Swift 6.4 makes you more productive in day-to-day code, and it brings that same care to the more specialized corners of your project. There's never been a better time to go full stack with Swift. Now, back to Josh.
Pavel, I heard that. I feel that they're talking to you.
Platform improvements in this year's releases.
It's never have been better time to go.
Sometimes we have to leave something behind. As we said last year, macOS Tahoe was the final release to support Intel Macs.
Oh.
The transition of macOS to Apple Silicon is now complete,
It's done.
enabling us to focus on a single architecture across the entire ecosystem. This can
What about
benefit
Mac
your apps
Pro?
as well.
Guys, you
You can
forgot
now
to
ship Apple Silicon
move
only
Mac
binaries
Pro
on
over
the Mac App
to-
Store, reducing your app's download size and letting you focus your testing on a single architecture. And with all the refinements to the new design with Liquid Glass, it's time to complete your migration there too. We'll be removing support for opting to use the old design. So once your app is recompiled with Xcode 27, it will automatically begin to use the new
Intel,
design with Liquid
indeed.
Glass. With so many improvements across the system, your apps and games will look and feel better than ever on this year's releases. Now, let's turn to your productivity and the tools you use to build with and for our platforms. Intelligence is deeply transforming how you write code, add new features, and build apps. Last year, we brought AI coding assistance to Xcode, and so many of you embraced it immediately. It's helping you write code faster and adopt new APIs more easily. This space moves really fast, so we've picked up the pace of our releases, delivering new Xcode capabilities to you faster than ever before. Earlier this year, we brought coding agents to Xcode, along with tools allowing agents to grab a preview, search documentation, and more, powered by the Model Context Protocol. With MCP, Xcode also connects to the tools you already use, from design apps like Figma to services like GitHub. And Xcode includes a built-in integration for agents from Anthropic, OpenAI, and now Google. Today, Xcode adds support for Agent Client Protocol, so you can bring any compatible agent
Yeah, it
into
sounds a
Xcode.
little bit like
ACP
AI.
support and Gemini integration are shipping in an update to Xcode 26 available
Also,
today.
that iPhone kind of video looks. It looks like he's on. He's not. I don't think he is.
Agents
But it
from
looks like.
Anthropic, OpenAI,
It looks like he
and
is
now
on green
Google.
screen.
Today,
For me, it doesn't look kind of realistic. I think that's the reason why it also kind of starts to sound like AI. And they are recording all the videos on iPhones, and iPhones has whatever. It's not really AI, but basically they're kind of recording all the kind of layers multiple times in multiple expositions, then kind of putting that together in one kind of computed video, and therefore it looks kind of, I don't know, it looks like a little bit like AI video for me. I don't know, maybe that's just me. And maybe that's altogether kind of make it sound like a little bit like a robot, yeah. Full stack with Swift, I'm switching my tech stack. Yeah, why not?
Xcode adds support for agent client protocol, so you can bring any compatible agent into Xcode. ACP support.
Yeah, here,
and Gemini
exactly. Especially in this kind of, it looks like some green screen behind him. I don't know, for me it kind of looks a little bit weird. But I don't think it is. I think it's like they're recording that in
26 available
real.
today. And there's more coming in Xcode 27. Here's Ken.
From the first line of code to the App Store, Xcode is where you build the best apps for Apple platforms. Millions of you live in it for writing and debugging your code with coding agents right alongside. Designing interfaces in SwiftUI and previewing them in real time. Testing across devices and simulators to catch issues before your users do. And profiling performance with instruments, keeping your apps fast,
it's real,
responsive,
just looks weird.
and efficient.
Yes, I think it is real.
Xcode has two big stories.
Also those AI bots on background,
and
right?
We have a lot to talk about in a minute.
Also real humans,
the
but it looks a little
is
bit
the
kind of
daily
weird.
experience, how Xcode feels to use. Now, just like you, we spend
because they are kind of okay. Your task is sit in background and act normal, and they're kind of sitting. You know, when I'm kind of sitting and programming, it's like something like, you know, kind of like that, kind of more movement. You know, I don't know. It's, of course, that's what you expect to have here in this video. It's fine, but that's basically why it looks kind of weird.
Hours in Xcode every day.
I'm interested where those two people will go. Will they kind of keep going here? Definitely not.
We build Xcode with Xcode. So it needs to feel like home while being fast, fun,
somewhere, right?
and personal. Now, we've heard your feedback and improved Xcode across the board. It's faster at loading projects. We fix top crashes and spins. Debug sessions are more reliable with faster expression evaluation and a console that can handle more intensive logging without hitching. Xcode 27 is 30% smaller. Now, Apple Silicon only. With agents, documentation, and other components downloading in the background so you're always up to date. Now, let's take a look at the experience. First, your Xcode settings are now automatically saved to iCloud. When I'm setting up a new Mac like this, Xcode offers to import them. I'll pull in the settings from my iMac. I can sign in with my Apple ID. Xcode fills in my Git config too. And just like that, I'm ready to code with my new Mac.
That's nice.
Now, let's create a new project. Watch this. I'll select New Project, then App, and boom, I'm in the editor. No file name, no bundle ID, no setup. Now, of course, I can specify all those things later when I'm ready. This is great for exploring an idea, a new API, or prototyping a view. All right, now I'll open the Origami project. Xcode 27 looks beautiful with the design refinements of macOS 27. Crisp
is that testing
and clean.
tool?
Let's customize it.
Probably.
In Xcode 27, you can make the toolbar your own. It's easy to rearrange things, so I can add what I need and remove what I don't. The activity view is now tucked neatly into the document title over here, so there's even more room for the things I want.
It's kind of interesting.
The navigation buttons, canvas toggle, editor splits, they're all right up here in the toolbar. Now I'll add a shortcut to quickly create a new coding assistant conversation, and that'll be useful a little bit later. Next, and super fun, themes. Color now flows throughout the entire app, not just the editor. You can personalize everything, from the background to syntax colors, and dial in that perfect shade of purple for your keywords. And Xcode 27 comes with gorgeous new choices. Let me show you a few of my favorites. Emerald. That feels fresh. You can almost smell it. How about something with a little bit more energy? Neon Noir. Electric. Love it. Light or dark? Every theme supports both. Here's Coral Reef.
That's cool.
I feel relaxed already. And when I'm working on multiple projects at the same time, I can set a different theme for each. Makes it super easy to tell them apart at a glance. All right, let's get back to work. Next, Xcode Cloud, which gives you continuous integration and delivery built right into Xcode. Now, I'll set up my origami project to use it. I'll click Get Started, grant access to my repository, and that's it. I can kick off my first cloud build. No App Store Connect setup needed. And Xcode Cloud builds are up to twice as fast, now supporting Apple Vision Pro and apps using Metal on Apple Silicon. Next, previews. They are the best way to iterate on UI.
Previews are great, yeah. I like those, and that's true. Oh, my keyboard went to sleep. Okay, let's check those themes. It's fun. Xcode, settings, appearance, probably here. Why you are so small? No, that's not that. Intelligence. No, it is theme. Here it is theme, standard. I choose. Oh, okay, here we are. Midnight. Okay. Cobalt. Not that changing significantly, but I think that midnight probably, that's currently we are in kind of light themes. That's probably light version of midnight. And if I will switch to the dark, will it change? Yeah, it's changing. Yeah, cool actually. Not bad, not bad. So that's actually not bad. I like this kind of actually activities from the mobile app on the macOS. That's dope. Food is coming. Okay, back to light theme. Oh, hey Tommy, hello. Who is winning the Dev Challenge? I'm leading. I'm leading. Because when I'm going to my application analytics, I already have a sale. My friends Kaspers didn't release app yet, and Andy's released application but don't have sales and have less downloads. 5 more to go. Yes. Actually, I know that I have one more because this is data from June 7, and when you go to 24 hours kind of report, then you can see that there was one more. So I have 2 sales. So I need 4 more, and then I'm winning. There's the Device Hub. Device Hub is cool, but it doesn't work. So you can switch in between simulators and so on. But here is my simulator with running application. And I don't know, clicks are not working. I can't click on buttons for some reason. Power of being a famous content creator. Yes. Yes, it is so. Yeah, that's actually, there is, I don't know about, there are 2 sales and one is definitely the, I got comment on YouTube basically kind of, yeah, cool that you're making stuff and I want your support, and I basically bought your that one-time purchase in this application. Yeah, that is definitely support from the audience, and that's really nice. I really appreciate that, guys. I'm not saying that everyone should go and buy my apps right now, But if you found them useful, if you decide to buy any of them, that's super cool, and I really appreciate that. But only if you're really kind of planning to use them. But yeah, that's cool, and actually that is part of the why I'm kind of leading this challenge now. Previously in the chat, I think that was Peteris said that it started work for him later, so I don't know, maybe I need to restart something and I will get it working someday soon as well. We'll see.
Easiest way to see how your views look across variants, like accessibility sizes, orientations, and localizations. And now you can see variations for any property. I'll open this view here that shows a craft node. It renders differently based on the craft state enum, which has 4 different values. Now, I can pass that enum to the preview, and just like that, I get a grid showing all the states of my UI, all 4 in one glance. Next, another one I'm excited about. When testing your app, you use real hardware to evaluate performance, use sensors, and test real-world conditions. And you use simulators to cover older OSs and devices that you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Xcode 27 brings
iPhones.
both together in the new Device Hub. It replaces Simulator, and it does a whole lot more too. Let me show you. When I first run my app, the window looks like the simulator I know. I can easily rotate, grab a screenshot, and jump back to the home screen, just like I'm used to. When I extend the view, I can now change device properties and test how my app responds to different system settings, like switching to dark mode, increasing the font size, and more. We rebuilt the experience from the ground up for the highest fidelity possible. So I can pinch to zoom, use 2-finger scrolling, and like in previews, I can dynamically resize the simulator to see how my iOS app handles different sizes.
How do you do that?
I can also manage and interact with physical devices from the same place, like this iPhone here on my desk. I'll launch the Origami app right here from my Mac, and I can interact with it. All the convenience of the simulator with the fidelity of real hardware in a single place. That is a quick look.
This actually is, I'm paying for Rocket Sim application that's basically kind of running simulators, doing a lot of stuff with simulators and so on. And that will be interesting to see. Are they able to work with that new device kind of hub? It's actually a great application. I don't know why I didn't kind of 5-star it. Close the app. Yeah, this application is kind of cool, but that will be busy summer for developer to get it working with Device Hub, if that's even possible. I don't know. We'll see.
At the experience in Xcode 27. And beyond the experience, the biggest changes this year, the ones that will truly accelerate you, are in intelligence. Kevin, over to you.
What a great time to be a developer. Intelligence is transforming how you build apps. Agentic coding, together with Apple platforms, frameworks, and tools, helps you bring ideas to life. Xcode 27 takes the next big step in agentic coding, leveraging the full power of the best models and agents directly into Xcode. Agents are woven into every layer of the Xcode experience, from the way you interact with them to a set of tools that help you get the best results. Tools like understanding your project, searching documentation, building, and testing.
Yeah,
and Xcode 27
stressful, I would
even
say.
more, with new tools like rendering previews with variants, interacting with the simulator, localizing your app, debugging,
I will say
and more.
It is a great time to be a builder.
When using
you're
agents in
building
Xcode,
stuff.
every answer
Developer
is
as a
Swift,
profession,
Swift UI,
stressful.
and Apple frameworks. That's why, when building for Apple platforms, Xcode is the best place to code with agents. Let me show you what this looks like across every stage of app development, from starting with an idea to implementing and validating it.
Xcode is the best time, best place. We have Codex, we have CloudKit and Cloud Apps, and we have Anthropic. What was that? Anti-gravity. We have anti-gravity, but yeah, Xcode basically kind of catching up of all of that and kind of saying, oh guys, don't forget about me.
Adding new languages or fixing issues. First,
I hope that's true. I will be happy to use Xcode more, but I hope that's true.
She loves making origami with me. I want to surprise her with a feature that makes up a little choose-your-own-adventure story about the characters that we make together. I'll start with a new conversation with the agent. I'll create one here from the toolbar. It opens right in the editor, just like any other file. Here's what I want to build. In my origami project, I want a button that generates a choose-your-own-adventure story for my daughter. That alone would get me good results, but I had something a little more...
Oh, wait a minute. We have Xcode opened. Reasoning. What is reasoning? Minimal, medium, high. What should we use? Medium? What agent are we using here? What's that? I don't know. Okay. I would like to localize this up to I think Spanish, German. What else do we need? Spanish, German language probably, kind of. Something like Japanese, do we need? Something crazy? Latvian for sure, because why not? For all the 3 Latvian guys who will use this application. Oh, interesting. Actually, it's... okay, let's say 3 languages for start. Danish. Right, you don't 100% swipe code your app? I'll say 90-something, 95% for this specific application. I'm 100% sure that there will be more Danish-speaking users than Latvian-speaking users of the application. There is no doubt. I'm curious, what model is used? Basically, okay, we can kind of write prompt here, but automatically apply code changes. Okay, automatically search for context, attachments. Okay. Chinese, maybe some Japanese, I don't know. Okay, this one. I'm just curious what will happen here, you know. Actually tried vibe coding multiple apps over last year, and of late, man, it has really become viable to just give a good instructions to build apps. Yes. Oh, food arrived. Yay! Okay, I will go and grab my food from delivery guy. We'll be back in a moment. living in 3 stories kind of house gives me extra cardio. Okay, I have to play with dog now. Your request could not be completed. Oh, interesting. Why? Quality of code is horrendous, but it's possible nowadays. Yes. How much do you spend daily on food? I'm not ordering every meal, but let me see how much did I pay for this one. Grab. Oh, wait a minute. Why it's yesterday? Oh, that's not my account. That's my daughter's. So I just paid 156 bahts, basically €4.14 for this delivery of the food, basically for food and delivery. Let me show you what I got. Dog is interested as well. Come on. So I basically got some greens, that's chicken, steak, and below that's basically some kind of brown rice. That's rice, actually. This is rice. So, and that was €4. How much I said? €4 something, few cents. €4.40, yes, 14 cents, 4.14. But yeah, for breakfast I had bacon and eggs, and then I had, after the running, I did my 5K run, and then after running I had protein shake, so I'm eating at home as well. It's not that I'm ordering every meal, but food is relatively inexpensive. In Latvia, I would pay more just for delivery, fact itself, not for food and delivery. But here we got food and delivery for that, you know. How's Thai boxing going? Oh, doing well. I will go. Actually, that's why I need to eat now, because at 3 o'clock I have to drive to pick my daughter from school, and after that we are going to the gym at 5. So probably this is the best kind of time to have a meal before Thai boxing kind of session. And Muay Thai is just brutal. You can basically, survive those trainings. I kind of somehow handled that, but it's not easy. It's really hard. It's really hard. Every training session is hard. Never becomes easy. I can do more. I can stay for I started with 3 rounds. Currently I'm staying for 4 rounds, but yeah, some days I'm kind of dying on first round already. Some days I'm kind of capable to keep all right, okay, all the 4 rounds, but it's brutal. Oh, good morning, folks. Hello. Hello, my man. How you been thinking about the email AI for tracking subscriptions? I have been thinking about that for initial onboarding, yes. What do we say about WWDC? Is it boring? No, they're finally trying to deliver AI, which is cool. Somehow it doesn't work well in Xcode. Your request can't be completed. Why? What the hell? What's going on? Yeah, it's kind of sad. And here, if I will do, it failed. And if I start new conversation, okay, we'll say codecs. Let's copy the same kind of prompt. This was whatever is kind of default. And this is now codecs with GPT-5. What happened? What's going on here, actually? New conversation, codecs, enter, send. Of course, there is kind of a big question, why should I do that here if I can do that in codecs application? AI is not available now. It seems that it is not available in the beta yet. Anyways, do we want to allow codecs read? Yes. I'll use Swift UI Pro skill. Basically, codecs is using the same skills that I'm using using codecs application, so that's good. What are you thinking about iOS 27? Actually, I didn't kind of test it much. I just installed it during this kind of call, and I used Grab application to order food, and that's about it. Camera application looks more or less the same. That user interface, what was feeling kind of a little bit broken, is still kind of broken. So yeah, that menu basically between different video and photo options. Okay, I see. It is different. It is better. It is better, but yeah, we'll see. I didn't play around about it. I see you move it. Yes, I did. So yeah, they didn't change much in this iOS 17, and that is more like quality improvements, which makes sense. Why are we creating some kind of app design file? What's that? Okay, I see. Anyways, that's just fun task to try to run in the background. Let's go back to the video. I saw many Apple Watch users crying like babies after WWDC. Why? What happened? I didn't see much about changes in Apple Watch. I think there was like some new upgrade and that's it. They dropped basically any Apple Watch before Series 9, even Apple Watch Ultra 1 is dropped. Oh, really? I think I have I have Ultra 2, I think, so I'm kind of okay. But yeah, okay. I didn't notice there are that many. Changes for Apple Watch in that mine kind of presentation. I remember they mentioned it kind of new app kind of grid, and that's about it. Not sure what else there was. And they were very proud that basically all the iOS devices that had iOS 26 will get iOS 27 support as well. Even even iPhone 11, I have iPhone 11 Pro Max here. That's also kind of getting update. What terminates stable in such early stage? How can you validate it's stable? Are you asking me? I didn't say it's stable or not stable. I'm not sure that iOS 26 is stable for all the edge cases you could imagine. Okay, let's play it, and I need to kind of consume the chicken to be ready for my Muay Thai session. Okay, I see.
Specific in mind, so I'll add some more details. She'll start by picking some options, like the setting and an item to use in the story. The app will generate the first page, and then let her pick what comes next. I want to use the latest foundation model APIs and present it with beautiful typography. When using a coding agent, the best results come from collaborating on the implementation and design first, before any code is written. So I'll add /plan to the prompt. And I'm going to ask for a diagram while I'm at it. I find it easier to review the plan that way. Let's get this started. The agent is exploring my project using Xcode tools to help it efficiently understand my code base, its architecture and patterns, to find the best way to build the feature. And it's asking some clarifying questions. Do I want to persist it? Yes. And how many options for the next part of the story? 2 to 3 is good. And the agent continues to create the plan. Let's skip forward in time. My plan is not ready, and it shows right next to the conversation in beautifully rendered Markdown. It's very easy to review. And I can also refine it. Here, the current implementation has a fixed set of settings and items to choose.
This looks cool, but we didn't get to that.
I'll add it as a comment. And now the plan looks good. Let's kick it off. Now Xcode and the agent work together to implement the plan. Xcode shows everything that's changing, like code and previews. As it runs, I can refine the implementation. Like here, I'm going to add a fun image filter to the story's hero image. It looks like Xcode is done building my feature. There's a lot of code, and the previews look great. Let's just run it. I'll open an origami project, tap the new toolbar icon, and just like we asked, page 1 offers an item and a setting. I'll pick a forest and a wand, and oh, look, there's the button if I wanted to add my own. And here's the first page of the story with that gorgeous hero image. My daughter's gonna love this. What was just an idea a couple minutes ago is now something I can run in my app. This is amazing. Now, building a feature is more than writing code. It's also making sure it does what it's supposed to do. Xcode 27 can help you with that too, with new tools for agents to check their work. For example, agents can validate the logic of your app by running tests. Try ideas in isolation using playgrounds, like experimenting with APIs. And check visual changes with previews in light and dark mode, different orientations, text sizes, or localizations. And now, agents can interact with your app in the simulator. Let me show you. I want to test different combinations of settings, items, even customized ones. Xcode launches Origami in Device Hub and starts testing those for me. The agent can tap, swipe, and type. When it's done, I get a summary of the tests, and I can see all the screenshots it created along the way. And just like that, the Origami app has a new story feature, designed, built, and tested end-to-end. Next, let's see how we can use agentic coding to improve our app. Agents in Xcode can help with all kinds of engineering tasks, like adopting new APIs, making your app more accessible, and more. Let's localize our Origami app. I'll start with French. Xcode automatically adds a new language to the strings catalog, then works with the agents to translate strings across the entire project. This is more than a word-for-word translation. Xcode looks at each string in its context, the surrounding code, UI, the action, to find the best translation. And when it's done, I can see all the translations here in the string catalog. Let's build and run. My app is now localized. Fantastique. Building a great app also means responding to the feedback and data from your users. The organizer already gives you insights into how your app is doing in the real world. Crashes, hangs, performance metrics, anonymized and aggregated. Now, you can use agents to help you find issues that matter most and fix them. I'll ask Xcode to pull up the top crashes from the latest release. I get a list of crashes ranked by how often they happen. Oh, that first one is from an update I pushed last week. Let's fix it. Xcode looks at the symbolicated crash log, figures out where in my project this happens, identifies the issue, reproduces the crash, makes the fix, and then validates it. And just like that, our issue is fixed. That's agents at work with Xcode across every stage of your development, planning, building, and improving. You'll be amazed when you see Xcode and agents bring your ideas to life. Finally, let's talk about what makes all of this possible. Xcode 27 ships with the expertise of Apple's engineers and designers built right in as a corpus of skills, documentation, and MCP tools. Think of them as specialists. A SwiftUI specialist that knows how to structure your view and data flow. An accessibility specialist that knows what makes an interface work for everyone. Specialists for universal sizing, testing, and performance. In fact, so much of what we've seen to this point is powered by one of these specialists. And you can bring your own. Xcode integrates all of them in the same way, plugins. It's a format used by many agents and widely adopted by the community. It's amazing to see how many of these you have already been building and sharing. A plugin can contain skills, just markdown files that teach the agent new tasks. It can contain tools using the Model Context Protocol. And we've added one new capability to plugins. With the Agent Client Protocol, a plugin can bring an agent of your choice. Installing one is easy. You can use the command line or paste a Git URL right into Xcode. And partners like Figma and GitHub make it even easier to set up with just one click. And then I can put it all together. I can tell Xcode to implement a Figma design in SwiftUI, refine it for different variants, make it resizable using a skill, and post a PR to GitHub. How cool is that? That's agentic coding in Xcode 27. From an idea to an app at every step. Built for how you create, refine, and ship, and reach your users wherever they are. We can't wait to see what great things you make next. Back to you, Josh.
It's a huge year for Xcode, and for many of our other developer tools as well, like the all-new Reality Composer Pro 3, which has been completely rebuilt for crafting production-ready 3D experiences using RealityKit. It brings support for character animations, more realistic lighting, and live previews that let you see the results of your edits as you make them using Mac Virtual Display. And there's even more for game developers in this year's releases, including a major update to Game Porting Toolkit, which dramatically cuts the time it takes to bring games to Apple platforms by adding AI skills for coding agents. And new Metal command line tools give agents direct control during development and debugging, bringing best practices for game development on Apple platforms to every step of your porting journey. So that's developer productivity. Across the 2027 releases, there are so...
I don't know, maybe I do not understand something, but they already have game porting for whatever it is already. So it's fourth iteration, right? But I do not see that many games ported on Mac. Again, I have gaming PC. I do not care too much. I can play my Arc Raiders on the PC, but I don't know when that game porting will happen. I don't think Apple doing that in the right way. I think they should somehow work with those game development companies and motivate them to do this porting. I don't know. Otherwise, every WWDC they're saying, "Oh, game porting getting better than ever." Then when they release new Macs, they're saying, "Okay, Metal, whatever it is, GameKit, and what else not, working really nice. Here on this one game that was released on PC 3 years ago, it runs smoothly now on the Mac. I don't know. There are very few games that I will play. I know there is this Cyberpunk is available on Mac as well. I'm not sure if I will go to buy it. Should I? Maybe I can just kind of download it and play, I don't know, in Steam. If yes, then cool. Then maybe I will play it on the Mac, but yeah, generally. Yeah, I don't know. I think that they're missing some piece in that. I'm gonna get a graphene phone this year. What's that? Graphene phone. No, you tested a lot of iOS 27 beta. Yeah, I didn't do any kind of testing. I just installed it and it kind of works like before, so I'm cool with that. Oh, I got Apple Arcade free for 1 month. Is it okay to do push notifications like that? Jesus. They're just kind of throwing kind of ad to me. I think it was against the rules to push kind of marketing stuff in push notifications.
Many new capabilities to build on, like the App Intents framework, which lets you connect your app to Apple Intelligence, and the Foundation Models framework and Core AI, which enable you to bring powerful generative intelligence features directly into your apps. There are platform improvements across design, Swift, and Swift UI that make your apps faster, more flexible, and easier to build. And Xcode has even more expansive support for agentic coding. And we've only just scratched the surface. There are over 100 sessions to dive deep into everything we've covered today, including Apple Intelligence, Xcode 27, design, and more. All these sessions are available on the Apple Developer app, the website, YouTube, and new this year, on Bilibili. And there's so much more happening online throughout the week. Sign up for group labs, online panels, and Q&A sessions with Apple engineers and designers. And connect with us on the Apple Developer Forums to ask questions and follow the conversation about the latest tools and technologies. And the opportunities to connect extend well beyond this week. You can meet with Apple around the world and online in hands-on workshops, labs, and events to learn and connect as a community throughout the year. We love when we can meet you in person, and there are many opportunities to do that in our developer centers, located in Cupertino, Shanghai, Singapore, and Bengaluru. And we're excited to announce the opening of our 5th this fall in Berlin, home to one of Europe's most vibrant developer and designer communities. We can't wait to see you there, or in one of our events online, whether this is your first WWDC or your 25th. Thank you. Your work inspires and drives us. We use the apps and play the games that you all build. So our greatest hope is that everything we talked about today will enable your next great idea to come to life. We can't wait to see what you do next. Enjoy WWDC.
Cool. I'll say good. I'll say good. I don't remember my emotions after previous WWDC, to be honest, anymore. But this one was kind of cool. That's basically what I expected. Quite a few features for kind of end users, quite a few features for app developers to implement, and mostly quality updates for iOS, macOS, and yeah, finally Apple is kind of starting to do something with and for AI. So not bad, not bad. $116 videos from WWDC sessions. Yeah, but they always have like crazy amount of videos. You basically almost, I never watched all of them. What you liked most from WWDC? I think, yeah, that's just AI. I wrote down for myself 2 things to dig in and research. Maps flyover kind of feature for my rider log application, and on-device AI for all the apps that I am kind of building. Good that they kind of working on Xcode, so hopefully that will start working someday. Currently it's kind of, I don't know, I opened Codex and basically asked Codex to do all the changes, and Codex did something. I'm kind of removing all those changes. I'm discarding all those changes. Committing this one. Because I wanted basically like he kind of did that. Agents, chat, OpenAI. No. How can you do? So I basically canceled all those changes. So if I'm going here, new conversation, what model are we using here? Okay, now it's kind of using Codex here, but I don't want Codex. I want to use whatever was there kind of default. Cloud Agent, Codex, Gemini. I do not trust, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know how we can basically use that kind of there kind of built-in kind of. I don't think, I think it's not shipped yet. Basically what we saw in this video. Like, yeah, all this kind of magic with plugins. Yeah, this thing. I do not see that working yet. Yeah, this part. Follow up with Cloud Agent. What tool is he using? Because here it's kind of Codex, because I used Codex before. Okay, I will do kind of restart Xcode. Maybe that will fix my preview problems as well. Did we kill it? I don't know. Yeah, we did. Clone, open, new project. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, we are opening this up. Subtracker. And here, if I will start new conversation. Yeah, it shows new conversation with Codex. It's kind of keeping previous kind of AI. And that was GPT-5. 5 results, no results. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't work yet as in their presentation. What is that Cloud Agent? Xcode settings, intelligence. Yeah, I have my ChatGPT and Cloud added. Allow external agents to use Xcode tools. Okay. Permissions. But that basically will be just standard cloud code, right? Yeah, I don't know. I should take a look into the Xcode kind of specific presentation to understand in details, to see in details how it works. Currently, it looks that it's not here yet in the current beta. Or I'm doing something completely wrong. Because, yeah, sure, I can use codecs in the Xcode, which is kind of cool, but I can use it in codecs application as well. That works exactly the same. I can run simulator. I can use all the plugins. I currently kind of, yeah, of course, if I want to see code edited by hand, see previews, sure, Xcode. But if it is just like all in kind of agentic coding, then I don't know, codecs works just fine. Pavel saying, I think we have a lot to talk about tomorrow on the podcast. Yeah, we are recording podcast tomorrow. By the way, check out, we have Fired by Robots podcast. We already have 3 episodes. It's on YouTube and all the other platforms where you could look for podcasts. Oh, interesting. What I will get here, Fired by Robots. Apple Podcast is very first result, nice. And then there is YouTube. That's me and Pavel. Yeah, here are basically the 3 episodes already. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Episode 4 is coming someday later this week. So subscribe. We have 38 subscribers. Nice. Pushing to the 100. So yeah, we are mostly talking about indie app development. So if that's something you are interested in, so check out the podcast. And there is video and audio version. Audio is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the regular places where you can go for podcasts. If there are specific topics you would like to go through, send them. Otherwise, I'll make my own list. I'm fine with your list. I basically I will try to catch up on a few more kind of sessions from WWDC later today and maybe tomorrow on morning. Oh, actually, do I have time? Yeah, I have 20 more minutes before I have to leave. Yeah, we'll see. But I think the biggest kind of thing here is kind of AI support in Apple own apps on device kind of AI models for developers. I think that's kind of biggest topic here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just watched basically that presentation, so maybe I will come up with some kind of more specific topics, but I think those are kind of the biggest kind of, the most interesting kind of things. So you said 100-something sessions already? They're probably releasing them kind of slowly. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's a lot of sessions. Build responsible camera app that launches quickly. That could be an interesting session, actually. Bringing Cyberpunk to the Mac. Cool. If you are kind of looking onto those sessions and you are kind of thinking, Jesus, it's way too much, what to watch and so on, take a look on all those what's new in, here is, for example, what's new in foundations models framework. Those what's new are good ones to start. What's new in Swift UI, kind of most likely you would like to kind of watch that. What's new in Swift, what's new in shortcuts, what's new in WebKit. Basically those are what's new sessions. Those are kind of intro sessions in the topic, and then you can go basically deeper. For example, you maybe will start from what's new in Xcode 27, and then you can go better, dig deeper in Xcode agents and you, and maybe there are some related. For example, if we will open this one, there could be, yeah, here are related sessions, for example. Xcode agents, device hub, translate your app, and so on, code along, localizations in Xcode. So then you basically see, oh, okay, I would like to watch this one. I do not care about localization, but I care about whatever, how to use device hub the best, you know. That's kind of the process, how to go through the sessions. Otherwise, if you will just kind of go from top to the bottom, it's crazy amount of videos. Doesn't make sense to watch all of them. But for example, I know that I want to watch this one, so I'm kind of bookmarking it. And then I will see if I want to kind of bookmark something else. I'm not kind of rushing to bookmark others. For example, what's new in, what else? What's new in Swift UI? Definitely watching that, and so on, you know. That's the way how to do not get lost into all the videos, because amount of information is crazy. But those what's new are kind of just go for what's new. Not that many videos, right? So what's new in shortcuts? Maybe you are interested in it. Probably no. Swift data could be interesting. So I'm definitely going kind of watch this what's new in Swift UI, kind of bookmarking this one. I'm definitely watching what's new in Swift data, just to know I'm using it in my applications. Okay, I would like to know what's changing, what's coming. What's new in managing Apple devices? Do not care. Image understanding? Not really. Apple in-app purchases. Okay, that probably makes sense to watch and see. I think they maybe have something like, yeah, monthly subscription with 12 months commitment. Yeah, that's new thing that's coming. Actually, I'm not that interested. Probably there will be Revenue Cat podcast when they kind of will talk everything around in-app purchases, changes in App Store, Connect, what else not. But I heard already about this 12 months commitment kind of thing. This new subscription option where you are not subscribing to the year, but you are subscribing to monthly subscription, but that commitment is for 12 months, you know. In theory, can increase your sales. And shortcuts, I will probably watch this one. So, and that's it probably for me. I will basically start from that. Wallet, not that interested. I basically will start to watch from that, and then I will know what else I would like to know. What else? Oh, Apple Intents and Advanced Apple Intelligence. Okay, this one as well. So those are just few sessions. Those are sessions I marked how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions. I will watch those 5 sessions. Those will be kind of intro sessions on those topics, and then I will see if I would like to go kind of deeper on some more specific sessions and watch them. That kind of works for me. That's how I usually do. Pavel, busy day. Yeah. I will need to leave soon as well. Just to ride around. Perfect. It's starting to get cloudy and probably soon will be rain, and I'm riding motorcycle. Okay. Okay. AI isn't really the main issue for me. There are plenty of alternatives, so it doesn't really matter. Most people don't use Siri anyway. Yeah, but most people doesn't use Siri because it's useful, but no, they kind of planning to make it like really useful. We'll see. In Safari on iOS, you no longer need to click twice on all your tabs. What's that? Hello, yes, please. Sorry, I do not speak Thai. Okay, bye. Nice. They can't say, oh, I don't speak English and I don't speak Thai. That's all discussion. Oh, sheesh, weather is not good. It's heavy rain. I don't know if I will ride, how I will go to pick my daughter, to be honest. Okay, Luca is scared now. Luca is scared now because it's rain and thunderstorm. It's raining in Denmark. Yeah, here it's raining as well, yeah. That was the most boring spam call I ever seen. Yes. Yeah, it's really heavy rain. It's really heavy rain. Luca really don't like it. Yeah, it's heavy rain. We'll see, I have 15 more minutes. Maybe it will stop. If not, then I will need to just send taxi to pick my daughter, and I don't know how we will go to the Muay Thai training. Probably also taxi, yeah, sure. Solvable problem, yeah. Yeah, Luca don't like this kind of weather thing. He likes when it is just stable, you know, without changes. Yeah, it's quite heavy rain. I don't know why. When we were in Latvia, it was raining there as well, but I don't know, Luca didn't pay attention at all to the rain. But usually rain in Latvia is not that heavy, and thunderstorms also are not that often, so I don't know. Here he kind of doesn't like it. Yeah, the rain is... I just opened a window. Yeah, I can record that, you know, for working sessions. Yeah, that's quite heavy rain. I do not feel riding motorcycle in this weather at all. It's heavy rain, really heavy. During my college time, I used walk in rain. I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, it depends on your kind of destination and all the other kind of things. If you have to walk to the gym to get there, do training, come back, it's a little bit kind of different thing, you know. Yep. Okay, guys, I have to wrap up the stream because we have to start to figure out how I'm getting my kiddo from the school, and just to do some kind of things, activities here at home, and getting ready for training. Like summary, kind of conclusions about WWDC and everything. I think it's cool. It's good. It's good that Apple is kind of trying to catch up on this AI kind of game. It's hard for them. We'll see how that will go, but generally they're doing something, you know. And yeah, it seems the clear as day that those foldable kind of iPhones are coming. It was rumored already. There were rumors that they are coming soon, but they mentioned it multiple times, like kind of dynamic user interfaces and improvements for that and so on. So I think for during the summer we basically should test our applications kind of and see how to implement those new like dynamic UI, whatever it is. I will take a look what's new in Swift UI. I think they will go deeper in that session about that detail. Okay, guys, not sure what's the plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing podcast with Pavel, and after podcast, that maybe is a stream, maybe not. I don't know yet. We'll see how that will go. I don't have exact plan yet. We'll see. But I should do something, stream or video. Probably that will be video about my subscription tracking application because I need to do that video for marketing anyways. So, yeah, we'll see. My challenge is still going, and that means that every day I have live stream or YouTube video until I hit $100 in revenue for this application. We got 2 sales already. I need 4 more. Help me. I'm tired from this daily content engine, running this daily content engine. Okay, see you guys tomorrow on video or on live stream, and I will be tomorrow on podcast. So if you would like to hear me and Pavel talking all about this WWDC thing, yeah, check that podcast. How to run now? Oh, right. We need to do that raid thing on Twitch, right? Let me see if there is any friend streaming some co-working or something. Okay, let me see. Quickly. Create a dashboard, stream manager, raid channel. Who is around? Who is streaming? Recommendations from chat. Following. Griffin and Chill is doing some. What is he doing? Using the iPad as mouse, but yeah, it is. Question: am I back in Latvia? No, I'm not in Latvia. I'm still in Thailand. Es vēl joprojām esmu Bangkokā. Any suggestions from chat, or are we just dropping? I don't see any friend streaming now. Testing stream on laptop. What's that? Why no one is building mobile apps nowadays on Twitch? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, it's hard. Okay, guys, I'm just wrapping up and